Hey everybody, I am but thank you so much for being here with us on Crituitous RP with the Half-Rate Heroes. We missed you all very much last week, but we are happy to be back this week, and I am happy to be back on my old computer because I know how it works and can make the video work. So, here we are back. Let's do introductions, and then we'll do a slightly more involved recap this week, since we left things right in the middle of combat, and it has been 2 weeks since we've seen you all. So, I'm Eugenio, also known as your friendly neighborhood Dungeon Master DM Jazzy Hands, and let's go around. Let's start with Carl.
Hi, I'm Carl. I play Lefcadia Whitehorn, the Tabaxi Warlock.
Alrighty, and Vinny.
My name is Vinny. I'm playing Kale Irvine, a Knowledge Cleric Engineer. He's half an elf.
He's a half. What's the other half?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
Excellent answer. And Casey.
I'm Casey, KCH on social media, and I am today playing the Hobgoblin Azamar, Champion of Timor, and Paler the Plains, Heckler, Big Fire Chickens, and she who fights Storm, Nos, the boss of Neverwinter.
And last but most certainly not least this week, John.
Hey guys, I am John. I am playing Womp from Thunderbelly, your Battlemaster Dwarf, and we are about to get real.
We are missing our lovely and beloved Shadar-Kai player this week. Graham is out doing things of a personal nature, and we will miss him terribly. But Tazlin is, invisible, so who knows what Tazlin will be doing. We'll find out shortly, I suppose. So, speaking of finding out what Tazlin and the rest of the crew are going to do. 2 weeks ago, our adventurers had entered the Cathedral of Spirit Soaring, hoping to find the central hub of whatever nonsense these creatures from the Shadowfell were doing to siphon off the divinity of Ogma and Denir here at the temple. They managed to find their way into the central sanctuary of Spirit Soaring, where they ran into some what appeared to be frightened children, some guards, some commoners, and townsfolk who were all huddled, seeking protection in the sanctuary.
All lies.
All lies. Which, of course, were seen through fairly quickly by our paranoid and suspicious adventurers. At the far end of the sanctuary, just behind the main altar, there was an enormous crystal similar to the ones that they had seen outside, that seemed indeed to be the focus of whatever divinity siphoning ritual was going on. Of course, as Wampum has pointed out, it was lies, all lies. A seeming had been cast, overlaid with clever physical disguises, but in fact everyone in the room was either some form of Shadar-Kai, or some horrible-looking undead creature, and the children were, in fact, measles, creatures of the Shadowfell that were very quickly killed by some AoE attack. I don't remember what it was, but they died real fast. And that so battle was taken up. Wampum got real big. Fighting ensued. It was super tense. And to make things even more tense, right as we left it 2 weeks ago, there was an enormous roar and a beating of wings coming from just outside the sanctuary. And I believe it was Tazlin who recognized the cry. No, it was not Tazlin. It was definitely Kale. I was testing you. Recognized the call, the cry, as that of Narenvain, the shadow dragon that the party nominally defeated so long ago. So, we're going to go around, and each of our players is going to give us a little update specifically about their character, what they've been doing, what their current status is, how things are going for their characters in this combat before we jump into the combat itself. Why don't we start with, well, we'll start from the back of the room. So we're going to start with Kale.
Kale's got a lot of stuff going on right now. I've gotten very creative about. I found every spell that doesn't require concentration. I cast them all at once. He's holding a drift globe that Nos gave him that he's using as a spellcasting focus. There's daylight coming out of it, and he's got True Sight on, and there's a spiritual weapon, which is just basically a floating comma that's like bludgeoning people. And what else?
I've literally been trying to figure out what that little strange, like, curly Q is. I tried to delete it, and I was like, I feel like it's probably important. I'll leave it for now.
It's a holy comma. And also, what else? Oh, Holy Weapon. Concentrating on Holy Weapon on one of Wampum's, on his main axe. So it does buku damage.
Because it didn't already.
Double buku, boo boo poo poo. And he's just he's fine. He hasn't really been hit by anybody yet because he doesn't seem like he's a threat. He's just holding a flashlight, basically. I don't know why he has the flexing icon on.
I don't either. I feel like I put that on there too. I don't remember what it means.
Must be one of those many buffs.
Yeah, definitely what that is, because he often enhances his strength in combat.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Gets him melee.
I'll go through my things, see if I can figure out what that means. But in the meantime, okay, so Tazlin is right next to Kale. Tazlin is invisible. Tazlin has been blowing shit up to the best of his ability. Tazlin is prepared and anxiously fingering his Amulet of Planes, just in case we need to bamf the F out of here. In the meantime, Lefcadio, update us on your tabaxi.
So Lefcadio is the one that destroyed all those children. I mean, obviously not children that he knew ahead of time wasn't them, because he wouldn't have knowingly done that. And so he did the synaptic static, which is still in effect on these two DACA type folks, I reckon. He was compelled even to run to the left very swiftly, and ran into some trouble over there. So immediately turned himself into a big old ice cube, which sustained heavy damage, and he's still thawing out at this very moment. So he will be incapacitated until the end of his turn.
That's right. All right, moving forward in the sanctuary, we have Giant Wampum. Wampum, how you doing down there?
Wampum's beat up.
Wampum's beat up.
Wampum took a potion of enlarge, so he does extra D4 to all the other damage that he does. But Wampum had 186 hit points, and now he's down to 65.
Oh.
So yes, Wampum has been taking a beating. But I do have one more superiority die left. So I will try my best to use that at the most opportune moment.
Hordes tremble at the call of the superiority die.
I am breathing heavy on the back of the neck of this woman that's behind me. So
yes, and as I recall, hurt though you are, you have been putting the fear of Moradin into these pathetic Shadarkai who look like not Shadarkai around you. You've taken down several of them and hurt the rest pretty damn bad.
The one that's behind me, I have been swinging on, so she's not feeling too well at the moment.
No, she's not. No, she's not. She most certainly isn't. And all the way up by the front altar, just near the crystal, we have our beloved of Timora, Miss Nos. What's going on up there, Nos?
Jeez. Jeez, guys. Jeez. Jeez, Rick, I don't think we're going to be able to make it. Sorry. Right. So I took a good amount of damage on our way in, and that's about where I was sitting at half when I decided to go charging up and tanking this entire front room, which had the crystal, had the 4 obvious monks that were there to protect it, and the big bad, or a big bad that was standing in front of the altar. So yeah, I dimension doored onto the altar of Ogma, to a lesser degree Denier, and I slapped some manacles on that bitch in an attempt to restrain him to keep him from casting his more involved somatic components. He's still got him on, but he's still been able to, as expertly as he does, being as high level as he is, being able to wiggle his fingers and continue to cast spells to some degree.
Yeah, fortunately he was limited in what he was able to do, so he bought himself some time by casting Mirror Image, but that's a pretty simple spell, you would know, after all this time adventuring with these other crazy casters. And
we were told, because Kale contacted the higher-ups the higher ups, and they told him that the most efficient way of solving this disaster, I think that was more or less the wordage, was to destroy that crystal. So I've been up here with my back to the main bad, laying waste to this crystal, and I've got black veins in parts where necrosis is taken over. I've got blood coming down into my other eye because some psychic damage has been taken, and I got blood coming out of my nose and ears, and she is now Nos of Neverwinter, but you're starting to get the concept where Nos the Red, as she was introduced, came from. She's turning completely blood red.
Mm-hmm.
She's sitting at 21 of 155 points.
Oof. Yes. And that is where we find our heroes, as the cry of Narenvain echoes through the Snowflake Mountains just outside of Spirit Soaring. And I should check the initiative list real quick. Okay, great. Should add...
And this is only round 3.
And this is only round 3. That's right. Oofta. Excellent. All right, so we're just gonna click a few little buttons here real fast, and we're gonna do that. Let's see what. Oh, good. That went well. Oh, y'all. Did that show up on y'all's screens? Can you see what just happened? Cool. Great. Pretend you don't see the name of the creature, but you can look at the roll. We are starting off strong and super par for the course for me in Roll20. Yay, natural 1. All right. All right, so we hop back into battle. At the top of the round is this big bad, which, of course, to everyone but Kale, appears to be a high priest of Ogma, who now there are 4 high priests of Ogma after they cast Mirror Image. They are all shackled by Nos's manacles, and here it is. And they turn, and all 4 of the images of them turn in perfect unison. And what's fun, low-level, easy-to-cast spells do we have? Not really very many. Okay, cool. Well, in that case, they turn and attempt to grab you, Nos, to deliver a spell by touching you, which of course is not going to go super well since they are in fact restrained, but they're going to do what they can do. Is this going to roll with disadvantage? That's a good question. Nope. Query. There we are. All right. Back we go. All right. So they attempt to cast a spell on you. Could you please? Thank you very much. Disadvantage. All right. Does a 19 hit you, Nos?
It would if I didn't have that extra blessing from Timora
yes.
that I got from donating to her temple back in Waterdeep.
Yes, that's right. All right. So
roll it again.
I'm just gonna roll this manually. This number. Yeah.
Friggin' stop! Leave me alone!
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. All right. So, despite the manacles, or maybe because of them, they're metal manacles, and this shock is delivered to you as this creature turns around and just barely manages to get a little bit of a grasp of maybe your ankle because you are sitting on the altar, right?
I'm kind of knelt on it at this point.
Right.
I'm not
so that
prone.
Okay,
but,
so it grabs some small bit of you and delivers 14 lightning damage to you.
I'm still up. I'm still up.
Yeah, you are. And that is its turn. And as quickly as you identify which one of the mirror images actually grabbed you, they shuffle again like a game of 3-4 card Monty. And it's hard to tell which one they are again. Kale, you are up.
So Kale just heard Narenvain coming. Don't want to panic everybody about it, though. He's gonna sprint over. Well, shit, he can probably get off attack if he did that. He's gonna hold on, and then okay, he'll go this route. sprint over and like kind of like between the wall and giant wampum, and he'll just shout like, "Destroy that crystal right now!" And then he'll hold the drift globe aloft and fire a beam of radiant energy at it.
Yeah.
With the the spell guiding bolt.
That's the one.
At I'll just do it at second level. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, destroy it right now. Let's go ham, right?
Yeah. Use my big spell slot.
Yeah, you are.
What is it? Plus 11? 15.
That's about right.
So
15 total?
To hit, yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, it hits it, but it doesn't look like it manages to penetrate the defensive wards around the crystal.
Great.
But we see a blast of radiant energy come from Kale, heading straight for the crystal, and perhaps that galvanizes some of the rest of the team to redouble their efforts on the crystal. Anything else on your turn, Kale?
I would like to use a bonus action to have my spiritual comma flop this lady.
Yeah, well, go for that.
That's better. That's a 20 total.
Oh, that'll do.
I think that's just 1d8. No big deal.
Plus your wisdom, I think.
Yes. Oh, hey, I rolled a 7, so 12.
All right. So this, how exactly does the spiritual? Is it a bludgeoning thing? Is it like a piercing thing with the tail? How exactly?
People were describing it as like a boomerang, so I'm imagining that like it spins around and goes.
Bam! It just thunks her in the back of the head. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. Done and dusted. Excellent. Nos, you are up.
I look back at Kale, and I got my game face on,
Mm.
and for a moment, that mask falters.
Get
And
your ass over here.
well, now she's very confused because she was just given orders by 2 different people that she trusts. It's like shit. All right, I'm doing it. I'm gonna do a spin move, and I'm gonna try to get out of here. I'm gonna disengage.
All right. The various creatures around you scrabble and attempt to swing at you, but you're too nimble and quick,
Okay.
and you manage to get away to somewhere.
I will be able to get all the way over
Oh,
here.
right next to Big Wampum.
There.
Yeah, right. Excellent.
And I will post up, and of course I'm going to be ready to poke if something gets within range.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Nos twists and turns and evades all of the swipes from the enemies surrounding her and makes it back into the shadow and protection of Big Wampum. Next up is Lefcadio, because the children, I refuse to refer to them as measles because it amuses me, are all dead.
Lefcadio is just frozen in place until the end of his turn.
Oh, right. You're still in the ice.
So
the folks surrounding you are confused.
As his turn ends, the ice melts away, and there's this just wet cat. Everyone else gets wet around him. It probably gives them all disadvantage on attacks. I'm guessing. I
mean, I can totally see how that would.
Well, definitely with a wet cat smell, definitely.
That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't beg.
Oh shoot! Hold up!
Yes,
Hold up!
Nos?
If it's not too late, something
Okay.
changed.
I'm ready.
Can I use a bonus action still? I can, right?
Yeah.
All right, then I'm going to throw my head back and roar, invoking Zealous Presence,
Oh, I don't know what
which
that is.
will potentially give Lefcadio advantage on something that he does in this turn.
Saving throws. So if any of them require him to make a saving throw, yeah. Can you? All right. Nos lets out a battle cry, which, coupled with Kale's command to destroy the crystal, does in fact galvanize her friends. That one. As Lefcadio melts, puddles the floor, and those those individuals around him are very confused about what's just happened. And I think, let's see, real quick. They need to make some... Okay, so that one's going to go do the thing, and that one's going to do that thing. All right, so one of them, seeing that and hearing the call, the cry to attack the crystal, one of them, you and your daylight, sir. They cannot teleport. Is going to disengage from Lefcadio and take off... 3, 4, 5, 6. Take off... How far is that? It's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. It's going to take off towards the crystal, not actually make it very far, unfortunately. But hey, they're going to head that way. The other one, however, is much too entranced by the melting cat and is going to attack said cat. The first one is a 24 to hit Lefcadio.
Hits.
It is 9 piercing and make me a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
I like doing things with advantage.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that is enough. 16 is enough. So the chain is unable to wrap completely around you. You do manage to wiggle out from around the chain. As it comes back around, does a 17 hit you?
It does not.
All right, so the second swing misses entirely, and a 13 is also going to miss. So clearly a little bit of the ice is still on you and grants you a bit of slippery, wet ice. It's just too hard to really get you. You were, in fact, right. The melting ice helped you out. All right, I think those are the only 2 of those remaining in the chamber, which means that it is Wampum's turn.
Wampum will attack the lady that he's been beating on. And this is at advantage, correct?
This is at advantage, yes. All attack rolls until Nos's next turn.
That is a 16 plus 12, 28.
Yes, that will do.
And it is going to be that many damage because of the holy weapon.
So many dice.
And that is 10, 17, 18, plus 7 be 25 points.
Woo! She is looking rough. And I will say, while none of these creatures that Kale has identified as Shatterkai are take extra damage from the radiance, all of the light that flares from your weapon and from Kale's drift globe have really just put them sort of off balance. And every time you swing Wampum, the Shatterkai in the room just flinch away from the light of your weapon. And swing again you do.
Second swing is... Oh, my lordy, I got a nat 20.
You did.
Hey! Oh, wait, I have a thing.
Oh, wait, I have one too! Wait, I got one, because Oh, I'm so excited. You're gonna kill her, but it's fine. It's exciting. Yeah, roll the damage just because I want to hear it.
Just for the hell of it.
Absolutely. I think your modifier alone would probably kill her, but...
That's a 10. That's a 20.
Oh,
That's
God.
a 35 plus 7, 42.
Okay, what happens right now? She had 8 hit points.
Wampum wants to turn on and throw at the crystal, but she is preventing him from doing it, and it's beginning to bother the hell out of him. So he puts a roar out and cuts her head off just so he can turn towards the crystal.
Yep, it's sort of all one motion. Like, you swing, you remove her head, and as you do have another attack, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so as the axe comes around through her, it barely even slows as you send it, presumably flinging at the crystal for this last one?
Yes, I do.
All right, and off it flies.
And that is a 16 plus 12, 28 to hit the crystal.
Oh, yeah, it just smacks right the hell into it. Roll me that damage.
2 and a extra 1 and an extra 2.
Boy.
So that is
Boy.
10.
Oh, boy.
A 19 plus 7, 26.
Oh, yeah. Well, that upsets some folks in this room. That is the 26, you said?
Yes.
All right. Oh, dear. Yeah, that upsets some folks in the room. That's the largest single hit against that thing they've seen yet, so...
And Wampum will move to there.
Okay. Nos, suddenly you're like, the big guy's
using a bonus action to
Uh-huh.
use second wind.
Yes, that feels like a reasonable thing to do at this particular moment in time.
So that is a 7 plus 14. That'd be 21 points.
Hey, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. All right. So as Wampum runs, he grits his teeth and steels himself against some of his wounds, and we we get to Tazlin. Who knows what Tazlin will do next?
Okay, since I am taking over Tazlin, Tazlin is going to throw
gods above
some scorching rays at this crystal. He's going to use a third level slot.
Yeah, he is.
Cast the scorching ray, so that's going to be 4 rays.
Yes, it will.
And these are at advantage, correct?
They are at advantage. They are attack rolls, so indeed they are.
First ray is going to be a 16 plus 10.
That'll do.
Second ray is a 11 plus 10.
That will do.
Third, nat 20.
Mother of God.
And the last ray is a 11 plus 10, 21.
That'll do. So they all hit. Do me a favor and give me each ray separately, if you would.
Okay, first ray is a 3.
Okay, well, that one doesn't seem to work terribly well.
Second ray is, that's better, 11.
All right.
Third ray, which is a 7.
Okay.
And then the crit
Here we go.
is 18.
Nice. Will you have Tazlin, please, make for me... I'll take either Intelligence Arcana or Intelligence History, because it's something that's happened before when this was gotten hit.
Arcana, let me see, or history with him. Arcana is better.
Okay, let's do that then.
So this is going to be a 14 plus 10.
All right, so Tazlin notices and remembers a couple of things as these scorching rays slam into the crystal, all of them just hitting it. The first is that a couple of the scorching rays were a little bit off the mark, and it seems that it really has to be a pretty solid direct hit to have any noticeable effect on the crystal, which game mechanically, the crystal does have a damage threshold. So that's something that now you all have hit it enough to have figured out. The other thing is that Tazlin remembers from before and has learned just now that it seems that whatever protective wards have been placed on this crystal, or maybe it's just the crystal itself, cause the crystal to be resistant to lightning, which he tried before, and it seems that it is also resistant to fire.
Ah. That's
Not great, but a lot of information that Tazlin has been able to put together. Whether or not he shares that with you all is entirely up to you. Anything else on Tazlin's turn?
Yeah, he is going to send, he don't want to be by himself, so he's going to 5, 10, 15, so he's going to move up to here.
Great. Okay. So it appears that one of these knights who are up next is still blinded. Who caused that, and how do they save at the end of their turn with a con save? As I recall, I think it was Nos's thing, wasn't it? Muted, my dear. Yeah.
That was the fucking Glaive of Wonder.
Oh, right. Okay, so con save at the end of its turn. Except that this this knight over here is very concerned about the crystal, so he's going to walk up to this knight that is blinded, yank him over to the crystal, and cut his throat, and bleed him onto the crystal. Clearly, he served his usefulness. He didn't save out of that blindness quickly enough, and yeah, goodbye. Whoops. There we go. And you can see some of the scorch marks, not entirely, but a goodly portion of the scorch marks and such from the crystal. Oh, wait, it's more, because he was a Shatterkai, not just a Measle. Do seem to suck up the blood from this Shatterkai as it falls upon it and repair some, not all, but some of the damage that you all have managed to cause to this point. The other two, where is my, here we go. The other, yes, excuse me, the other two knights, this one back here in the back is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to move around to protect the front, and let's see what spells the two of them have left. Let's see here. They are not concentrating or anything. So 60-foot cubes. So I need everyone. Let's see what 60 feet looks like. All right, so I need everyone except Lefcadio, please, to make me a wisdom save, Constitution saving throw. I'm sorry, Constitution saving throw, if you would.
And these are
also with advantage, everybody, because Nos has not had her turn yet. Kale, what do we get? Nicely done, Nos.
14.
Okay, Wampum.
24.
That'll do for sure. Nos got a 27, and Lefcadio?
Cadio's
You're
moving.
not making it. Yep, I literally just said. How about Tazlin?
Okay, one sec.
Yep.
And Taslin got a 19 plus.
That's enough. 19 is enough to do it. What was yours, Kale?
14.
14. All right. So, Kale, all of you feel just this lethargy, this weariness. You've been fighting so hard for so long. You trekked through the Snowflake Mountains, and it's just finally catching up to you. You all feel extremely tired. Kale, you in particular feel just the weight of all of this. This is your god's temple, and it is being defiled, and it's just a bit much for you. So you suffer 1 level of exhaustion. And take 51 psychic damage.
Oh, okay. Guess I dropped concentration on the holy weapon then.
Well, it's a DC 25 con save.
Yep, I have +1.
It's a concentration on the holy weapon, Drums.
That's okay.
The rest of you do not suffer exhaustion, but do take 16 points of psychic damage. As this wave of weariness and lethargy washes over.
16 points, you said?
Yes.
I just kind of go to sleep.
Nos is like, fuck it, I'm tired.
I don't know what's happening, but this is definitely happening. Okay, bye.
All right, so Nos drops down to the ground, asleep, unconscious, call it what you will. We'll put that for now.
I'm gonna curl around Kale's feet.
There you go. There you go.
Stay where I can see.
All right, and that is the knight's turn. This this commoner woman over here is just really not having a good time of things. She is synaptic staticked and such. She's going to try and go after Lefcadio, who is there. I don't imagine it's going to go the most awesome. So she is going to... I don't think any of her spells are... Nope, not exciting. All right, so she's going to try and stab you with her speary spear. It's not disadvantage, it's minus a d6, right?
Correct.
Yeah. All right. So the first attack is a 24 to hit. Roll 1d6 minus 6, so that's an 18.
It's a hit.
Oh, I tried. I did the best I could for you there. Damn it. So that is 9 piercing and 20 necrotic damage as it stabs into your side and spreads its its evil.
That was 9 plus 20.
Mm-hmm.
Lefcadio also takes a nap.
Okay, Lefcadio drops to the ground as this individual pulls its spear out and begins making her way 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 towards all of you, though she doesn't make it particularly far. All right. sure that is in fact her move speed. I believe that it is, but I'm just sort of guessing. Yes. All right. Fantastic. That is her turn. You all hear... oh, there's another one over here. She is also actually just going to move to protect the crystal. You hear from outside that horrible, horrible roar, and you feel the ground shake outside of the sanctuary as something large and heavy sets its weight down onto the ground. Let's see. Oh my god, again? Oh, that means it's my choice. So... crashing through the windows in the southern part of the sanctuary crashes the head of an enormous, angry shadow dragon with any distinctive scars and or horn ridges that you all would recognize, since I wasn't there the last time you fought Narenvain. And he breaks his head in, looks around, and spots the 5 of you. Spots the 5 of you and lets out a sort of huffing, snorting laugh to see you weakened so upon his return. And he turns to the great big wampum and sort of breathes out in his dark, dusky common, "Well, you've grown, but not enough." And he is going to attempt to bite you, wampum. Oh, I suppose we can put him...
A quick note: we were just gifted a potion of healing from
Oh, that's going to be so important in a moment.
Susie Boozy.
Oh, Susie, thank you. They're going to need it.
She's giving it to Nos.
All right. So in through the... there's a brief flash of light, and Nos's pouch engorges a bit. That was a terrible word. I apologize to everyone who just heard that. Anyway, so Narenvain's head pops... This is a serious moment. Pops through the window, turns towards Wampum, and tries to bite him. Let's see here. Where is my Narenvain? Where is the bite? Here is the bite. So that is a 27 to hit you, Wampum. That'll do 26 piercing damage as it just... there's plenty of you to be bitten as opposed to last time. And just sinks in painfully. And Narenvain's head then withdraws from the window, and you can hear him laughing. So actually, Wampum, since he did attack you from right close by, if you would like to take an attack of opportunity against him, you are able. As if I even had to ask.
Dang, it's not a net 20. It's a 19.
No. Oh.
Plus 12 is 31.
Yeah, that'll do. I should look at his stats, though, since I don't actually remember them off the top of my head.
That is a 14 points of damage.
All right. And I don't know how the fight went last time, but this time with that daylight still radiating from Kale's drift globe, your weapon just slices in without any sort of resistance through Narenvain's hide. What was the damage again? I'm sorry.
14.
14. All right. And he growls angrily as he withdraws his head from the window, and you hear his wings flap as he disappears from the sanctuary. We are at the top of the 4th round, and it is the high priest or whatever that creature is his turn once again. And those damn manacles, man. I think actually, because he's not the weakest in the world, so he's actually going to try to break free of the manacles. Nos, do we have any sort of information about like DCs for getting out of or breaking those manacles that you've got, or are they just standard manacles?
They are standard manacles.
All right. I feel like they're probably pretty reasonably made, so we're going to call it a DC 22 to just straight up break them, which is what he's going to try to do with his action this turn.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yes, normal roll, thank you. Oh! And shatter them he does, though it takes several tries and a good bit of effort. He does manage to just yank them apart. Kale, you can see, since you can see much of his true skeletal form, you see bone shards go flying off as the manacles sort of tear into the bones of this creature's wrists. But he is, in fact... take a little bit of damage because that had to hurt a little bit. But he is, in fact, free of the manacles and free to come after you all on his next turn. In the meantime, Kale, you are up.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't like it one bit.
I don't like anything about this.
Checked.
So, I'm assuming I would know that Nos has a potion on the first person.
Yeah. I don't know how these mechanics go, but yeah,
Sure.
Definitely.
We'll just say, like...
gifted
You
with
said
the-
that her pack changed,
You're correct.
so you could observe that.
So that's true. Make me a wisdom perception check, Kale.
Engorged.
You are right next to her, so don't crit fail, please.
Well, I had disadvantage, but I rolled a 15 and a 19, so...
Nice. So yes, you notice. It doesn't matter what your modifier is.
Okay, so would it be an action to, like, get that out of her pack and give it to her?
Yes. To do all of that, I'll let you do that with an action, yeah.
Okay. I will do that.
All right.
I will rummage through her pack with an action. I'll move up to here to do that, I think. Yeah, he gets down, he gets the potion out, he shoves it, he pops the cork and just shoves it in her mouth, and then lets that happen, and turns around and shouts at Lefcadio to get up, and uses Healing Word as a bonus action to heal him.
All of the heals.
For big old 6 health.
That is more than 0. All right. Excellent. Oh, Nos, you're rolling.
I rolled-
like, did I roll that for you?
No, I did. I rolled 2 1s on that healing potion.
Well, like I said, more than 0, and at least you are not adjacent to an enemy, so there's that.
So I wake up and I'm like, oh, fuck
Oh.
me.
Oh, everything hurts. Oh, gods.
This
All
is
right.
the clerics all over again.
It is your turn, so
Okay,
you will.
what does anything look like? Is the dragon
Not great.
still peeking out the window?
No, the dragon withdrew his head and seems to have winged away, at least for the moment.
Quick announcement. We
Yes.
just got another healing potion, this time from Judy. And she's gifted that to Lefcadio.
Ah,
Nice.
thanks, Judy. You're all... Look, I appreciate it, because I can't save them with fudged rolls and roll 20. What am I going to do? So if they die, they die, and you're all being very helpful, and I appreciate it, and I'm sure they do too. Go on, Nas.
Yeah. So I'll sit up and I'll stand up. And look to Kale and be like, what's the plan? What the hell are we doing?
How does that crystal look?
I mean, more intact than not, to be honest. Because they keep cutting people's throats over it, so, like, that's not helping your situation.
Yeah. Fuck. Just stay close to me and try and not get killed.
Such good advice.
Baby, that's what I do. All right.
Get killed or stay close to him?
Both.
Both.
There.
Okay, so I will stay close. If anyone gets within threat range, I am going to poke him so hard. The end.
All right, that is solid. Do you want to like take the dodge action or some such with your action, since you poke him because of your sentinel, right?
No, I'm reserving. Well, I have Polar Master.
Oh, I see.
And
So you-
2,
Polar
I'm
Master.
reserving.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take the dodge action since I have the Polar Master.
Yeah, if they come with you, you can use your reaction to poke them and save yourself the pain of another attack.
I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Nos is battle hardened. She knows how things go. All right, Lefcadio, you are up, my poor cat.
Right. So I use half my movement to stand up because I was, a bit dead. Less so now. What is it for me to take my own healing potion? Would that be a...
I'll be nice and say a bonus action. That seems reasonable to me. Since it's your own.
Very nice of you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Look,
there's a very large dragon outside. I don't know how much 2.2d4 plus 2 is really going to unbalance my my encounter here.
I do have a potion of greater healing in my sack at the moment.
Oh,
so,
in that case.
Oh, does that change things?
No, it doesn't change anything.
All right. Can you remind me what sorry, something's coming in.
Daenerys is contacting us.
Daenerys is real busy right now. He's like, look, y'all, you're supposed to be saving me.
Miss Blue has awarded Wampum a potion of healing. Thank you, Miss Blue.
Blessed be.
Hey!
Hey! Give another engorging pack. You're welcome. All right. Yes, greater is 4d4 plus 4.
4d4 plus 4. So that's 15
All right,
points of HPs.
4.
All right. I will use my feline agility to double my movement. So I have 60 feet left. And I'm going to use that to move quite a bit. I'm going to see if I can get between Nos and Wampum. Because I did overhear the conversation, and Kale seems to want everyone to stay close together, and he's the smart one, so I'm going to do that.
Taslim is somewhat offended as the group's wizard about
he's
that comment.
Invisible. I can't see him. And that's me done.
All right, fantastic. The feline agility also keeps opportunity attacks from. Oh, you had your action. Yeah.
I disengaged with my action.
That's right. All right. Well, this individual over here is just very confused about everything that just happened very quickly. So this one that was running towards the crystal is going to continue to 3, 4, 5, 6. Is going to continue to post up in front of the crystal, forming ranks around it. This one, however, is going to head y'all's way, let's call it that, and there, because we do have to get around the... Well, that's right on top of the comma. Oh, well.
The deadly comma.
All right. So this one with the chains that you all know are there, you can hear them, but you can't quite see them. They're covered by the illusion that is still intact. Kale can see them, but anyway. But none of you are within reach, and you're still within the light, so they can't shadow jump. So she's going to wave her chains menacingly. Wampum.
Wampum is going to continue with the mission, and he's going to throw 3 times at the crystal.
Yep, here we go.
First swing is... If I could take my camera, I would.
You did not. Where's my...
Oh, yeah.
Just to let you think.
Oh, God. Yes, I love it. So those are some nice looking dice you got there.
All right, and second swing.
Yeah.
Is a 9 plus 12.
9 plus 12 will do it. That's 21.
And third swing is a 8 plus 12, 20.
Is just enough. So all 3 of them hit. If you would do the damages separately for me.
And I am going to use my last superiority die on that crit to try to push this crystal over.
Oh, I like that. Great. Roll me up some damage while I figure out how we're going to do that.
Oh. That is that, and that, and that, and a D10.
Because why not? All right, so that first one is just an enormous blast. Unfortunately, no longer holy, but it's still going to be plenty of damage, I have no doubt.
26 and 21 is 47 points.
Right. Okay. And then this is pushing attack. So it needs to make a strength save. Why, instead of a strength save, why don't you make me an athletics check, Wampum?
Okay. Athletics check is a 16 plus athletics is a 10.
Okay.
26.
I was going to give you a DC 20, and so that is more than enough. All right. So the first hit strikes it, and the entire casing of the... Let's see, where are you? It's not going to fall on anybody, unfortunately, but the entire casing just shudders and begins to tip backwards. All of the individuals around it reach for it frantically, but they're not able to grab it in time as it falls to the ground, and you see a big old crack spread through it that... resulted from its fall. We're gonna give that... Oh, well, a little crack. Okay, and then the other two throws you just managed to hit on its turned over side. So you want to give me the damage for the other ones?
It was a total of...
Oh, it was a total of 47. I gotcha.
47.
Okay. Those were all over that, so that is... Okay, again... People are freaking out. Let's see.
And is that does that bonus action for potion apply to me?
It does.
I am going to use a potion. I'll just do it online here. So that is 8 and plus 8.
Oh, you got a superior.
Yeah.
Fantasy.
So 28 back.
All right, that's nice. So the crystal is toppled over. Everyone around it is yelling and freaking out. The two remaining individuals that are near you all are looking that way and seem to be having a real hard time deciding whether they should continue to pursue you all or go to help their companions in whatever they're about to do to this crystal. But before any of that can happen, it is Taslin's turn.
All right. Taslin is going to use... How many charges was on that magic missile wand?
6.
He'll use all 6 charges. So that is... So 6 times 3, that'd be 18d4?
I think actually it just raises the level with every additional charge.
Yeah.
So it would be, what is it, 1 charge for first level, or for first, right? And so then it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going to be 8d4 plus
8d4.
8, yeah.
8d4 plus 8. Hold on, I'll just do it over here. That would be an 8.
Sure.
And plus 8.
Yes.
32 points.
Holy! All right. They're all losing their shit. 32 means this number. All right, I do need you to roll a d20 just to be sure that the wand doesn't crumble to dust, since we used up all its charges.
That is a 15 on the die.
All right, so doesn't crumble, just out of charges for the day as 8. How many? Yes, 8 darts of magical force slam into the upturned crystal. Just spiderweb cracks. It is looking in very poor shape. Spiderweb cracks all through it. It is the knight's turn. Okay. They play a quick game of Rochambeau to figure out who's about to be sacrificed next. Excuse me. And because they are all deeply devoted to their lady, this one here just sort of goes over and leans over the crystal as once again this one, who does seem to be sort of the leader of this group of what look like knights, opens this individual's veins on top of the crystal, completely... Oh boy, here we go. Completely killing him, but repairing some of the damage again done to the crystal. much of the spiderweb cracks seem to have been mended, though it is definitely, even now, still in worse shape than it was before those two massive sets of attacks against it. This one over here, this knight-looking dude over here is just really nervous because he's pretty sure he's next. Let's see, we need this one to roll a quick wisdom check for me.
Wampum will move just a little bit.
Oh yeah, go right ahead. All right, so this one is it decides against seeing that the crystal is being healed and repaired. It is going to continue its charge against you all, and I think the closest person is unfortunately Kale. So Kale, where are we? I think this is who you are. Once again, it was such a cute idea to make tokens that weren't what they really look like, but it's mostly just confusing. All right, with the spear is going to try and stabby with the spear. That's a 21, but
Nope.
19 to hit you. No?
No.
All
AC
right.
22.
Oh, nice. Okay, second attack is a
Cool.
crit.
Cool.
Did Nos get a chance?
Yeah, no.
Oh, no, that's true. Nos, why don't you stabby before we resolve this crit?
I would love to.
Stabby, pokey, stabby. Because that's a lot of damage.
It's a 17
17 just hits.
for 9 slashing.
Right, throws her... that is the incorrect creature. Oh, no, it is the correct creature. There we
And
go.
it falls in a heap because 9 is exactly the amount of hit points. it had.
Exactly how many hit points it had, plus several more.
That was a low roll.
Unfortunately, Kale, it stops her short for a moment, but she is able to extend her spear and deal you 65 damage, 12 piercing and 53 necrotic, just right into your heart.
Can I
Probably. Maybe.
use
Perhaps.
this inspiration I have to make them not crit me?
Uh,
Or reroll?
yeah. All right.
That would be great.
Sure. Look, I'm not about killing you, but I am about using up all your resources. Okay, well that's an
Oh,
11.
that's so
So
much better.
you have visions of what this other alternate universe possibility where you were stabbed in the heart by this necrotic spear, but you quickly snap back to the present, and using the knowledge of where the spear will be placed, you dodge out of the way deftly and are not impaled upon the horrible spear. Unfortunately, though, at this point, the cry of Narenvain rings out once again. 6. And where is that one? Oh, and he pokes his head through the same window that he poked through last time, coming right back to where he was. Wampum is unfortunately out of the way. Oh, no.
Everybody quick crouch down and get up against the wall so he won't. His head will go
I
right
offer
over.
myself as tribute!
Yeah, well, unfortunately, though, this time... hold on. Where is the stat block? Here we go. I think it's... Hello. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So, Narenvain opens his maw, laughs at all of you, and takes in a deep, deep breath. Oh, and actually...
I throw black pepper.
He sneezes and coughs and says, "Well, that wasn't very nice." No, he is going to open his maw and breathe out this noxious gas. I need all of you to make Constitution saving throws, except for Wampum. He is facing the majority of you. Taslin will have to make this save, though. Unfortunately, so will those other two Shadar-kai, but screw them.
We still have... No, we don't.
No, not anymore, unfortunately.
Con save.
Con save plus 3.
19.
Taslin got a 19.
I got a 9.
Those two Shadar-kai for sure failed. Did anyone get... Okay, Nos got a 22. The rest of you, however... dirt. Yes. So everyone but Nos is caught up in this noxious gas, and you are all paralyzed, unable to move. Frozen in space, your muscles completely locked up. You can each repeat your saving throw at the end of your turn, but in the meantime, Narenvain eyes Nos and sees her twitching slightly despite his attack, and he grins and nods and withdraws his head once more. Flirp. We are at the top of round 5. It is the Priest of Ogma's turn as he turns to look at all of you, seeing how poorly things seem to be going for you. I don't know this spell, so we're gonna send it privately as a GM so that I see what it does first. Oh, you're not gonna tell me. Great. Excellent. So we'll look it up on everyone's favorite website, D&D Beyond. All right, great. He turns to all of you, and seeing many of you being paralyzed and poisoned as you were, he begins to wave his hands in a spell casting pass. Let's see. Does it here? Yeah, that's a big old cone. So I need all of you to make Constitution saving throws as a big old blast of cold, frigid air washes over all of you.
Them including me, or what?
Yes, this one does include you, Wampum.
27, net 20.
Hey, that'll do. 20 will do. Nope, your name is Kale.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, Kale.
So-
Wampum. What was that, Wampum?
23.
That'll do. How about for Taslin?
Taslin, con save for Taslin. Sorry, Taslin, that's a net 1.
Oh, right. So everyone who did not get above an 18 takes 41 cold damage. The rest of you take 20.
I'm frozen in place.
Yeah. Yep. Yes. Frozen stature until it thaws. Well, none of you have died yet, so you weren't killed by the spell. Let's not get excited. All right.
Well, that's good at least.
Yes. That is this. Click that. Okay. Anyone else currently unconscious from the cold? All right. Well, that's good. All right. So Nos is frozen solid. The rest of you are feeling very poorly. And the 4 images are going to move to step in the way of the crystal. As we get to Kale, it is your turn. I think Taslin's going to need to make a DC 20 con save to hold on to that greater invisibility.
That would make sense. You said con?
Yeah.
He got a 14 plus 3. No.
Okay, so he pops back into view, which I'm sure he loves. Kale.
I would roll a death save, but I don't need to because I have a periaptic wound closure. So
So you were also unconscious. Okay, so
Yeah.
you are as well unconscious, but you are stabilized, which is good news for all involved. Nos, let's have a death save. Unless you too, Harry, have a periaptic wound closure that I don't remember.
I do not. I'm merely an immortal soldier.
Did you just roll a 20? No, that's your con save. Never mind.
I wish, yeah. That's an 8.
Okay.
That's a failure.
Unfail as Nos' frozen breathing begins to hitch. They're all dead. Lefcadio.
I have 1 hit point and am paralyzed.
Right. So it's not a great situation, but you can make another Constitution saving throw to see if you unparalyze yourself.
21.
Hey, that will do it. It's a DC 20, so yes, you are no longer paralyzed. There you go.
Things are looking up!
These guys, let's see. This one is perfectly happy over here. This one is not super pleased. It's just going to step around the comma.
Wouldn't it be paralyzed?
Huh? Oh, that's
got
right. They're
paralyzed,
paralyzed. That's right. Good call. So that one needs to make... Which one was that? Right. That one needs to make another Constitution save then. That's not going to do it. They remain paralyzed. Not really doing a great job there. Wampum, you are up.
Again, going for the crystal. First attack on the crystal is a 18 plus 12, 30.
That'll do.
Second attack on the crystal is a 8 plus 12. Is
Plus 12 is just enough.
And third attack is a 19 plus 12.
So close. Yes, they all three hit. If you would give me the damages separately, since we have that damage threshold to contend with.
Gotcha. First one is a 13 damage.
All right, that'll do.
Second one is another 13 damage.
Do as well.
And a 14 damage.
Okay, so a total of 40 damage, all of which manages to overcome the damage threshold of this crystal. They're beginning to get a little concerned, not only because you're hurting it, but because they're running out of people to sacrifice over it. So that's not a great situation for them. In the meantime, Tazlin's up. Tazlin is looking rough as fuck, isn't he?
I am going to use a bonus action to take Miss Blue's potion.
Yes. Yes. Take the potion, he shall. It's 2d4 plus 2.
Right.
I imagine, and everybody correct me,
No, you're right. You're totally right.
that Taslin would probably feel like it's time to go.
He'll save
he'd
himself. Yeah.
Probably tell that to Wampum. He'd probably be like, hey, come over here. It's time to leave.
Alright, 5, 10, 15. That will put you right there.
Yes, that is a reasonable thing for Tazlin to have yelled out rather loudly, pretty much as soon as he became visible, I think. All right. Which means Tazlin swigs the potion with a bonus action. Oh, lords above, what's he going to do with his action?
Alright, so Tazlin has the Amulet of the Plains.
Is he also paralyzed?
Tazlin was also paralyzed. So Tazlin should make a Constitution saving throw. That's right. We'll hold that. It was a pretty decent roll for your potion, so we'll hold that 7. But he hasn't had a chance to drink it yet. No,
that was a total of a 7.
Oh, Taz. All right. So, Wampum, if you would like to return to your original location, since, thank you, Lefkadio, we remember now that Tazlin, in fact, did all of that in his head, and it was super successful in his head.
Well, we fucked. Nice knowing y'all.
If one of okay.
Been a
All
great
right.
ride.
This one tearfully just like leans over the crystal and shuts his eyes tightly. As the crystal regains some HP. All right. There is, however, only one of those knight-looking figures left. The rest of them have been sacrificed to the crystal. So we're not really sure what's going to happen next with that. This individual here is still... where are you? This one is still paralyzed and is, in fact, still paralyzed. So that is what it is. The roar of Narenvain cries out yet again, except this time he breaks through... Oh, well, that is good for you all. This time, Narenvain, in an attempt to surprise attackers on the crystal, breaks through the front windows just behind the crystal, looks around, frustrated, seeing no one to eat or breathe upon without destroying the forces that he has been ordered to keep as safe as possible, within reason. So he snarls at all of you and withdraws without being able to act this round. Top of the round 6, a whole 36 seconds have passed since this all began. It is the priest's turn yet again, and seeing you all just doing VV poorly, but also seeing the crystal doing VV poorly, and there's a few people left to sacrifice over it. So, this individual is going to... Oof. What does that spell do? Is going to begin, one way or another, he's going to begin moving his hands in horrible spell-casting passes, and... Oh, that's sort of fun. Oh, I like that. Yes, I like that very much. So, going to cast a spell, and those of you who are near enough, so Wampum, can see that the creature's eyes, even through the illusion that has been cast, become an inky black void. And you, Wampum, need to make a wisdom saving throw if you would.
That is a 12 plus...
Actually, look up his DC. All right.
12 plus 4. 16.
A 16. You see the depths of the void in this creature's eyes, and it overwhelms you, and you fall asleep.
I am going to use a inspiration.
That feels like a reasonable thing to do at this particular moment, yes.
And let's do this. That is a 16 plus 4.
Hey, so you feel very sleepy, but you don't, in fact, fall asleep. And I think that's very good for you because... Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So frustrated, the creature grips its staff tighter and prepares to defend the crystal. Kale, you are stable, so you're good at this point. Nasa, death save. Huh?
Can I roll d20s anyway to see if I get a 20?
Oh. Well, you can, but that will start the timer on your death saves.
I won't do that then.
Nas, a death save from you, if you would, please.
Yes, sir. Boop. It's 16.
Okay. Wait, I hate this. All right. Nos doesn't get any worse. She doesn't get a ton better, but she doesn't get any worse. Lefcadio.
Right.
Get you 1 hit point.
I'll start by using my healing light, and I will use that on Kale.
Uh-huh.
So with the last bits of healing energies that I have left, with the bonus action, I heal Kale for 13 HPs.
Mm-hmm.
Then I reach into my pack and grab this potion that I didn't know that I had, but suddenly just appeared there. And I pop the cork and I shove it into Nos's mouth. And it's like, drink, 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 drink.
I'm alive! What's going on?
Fantastic. Yes. Uh-huh. Absolutely.
Good. Now kill something.
Now, if only Taslin could move.
And I'm very nervous about the being so close to the windows.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm equally as nervous about being close to the bad guys. But I'm just gonna get out in front of
Lose here.
Kale, because I know that Kale can save us if it comes to it. And so can Taslin. I know both of them there, so I want to stand in front of them. So if anyone gets hit, it's me. And so I'm just standing there with my 1 hit point, looking very threatening, so that if anyone wants to, fisticuffs, it's me they're tangling with.
We're ready.
And it's
all right. This poor illusion to Shadar-kai needs to make another con save. See if we are. Oh, all right. So they're not paralyzed anymore. They can't act this turn, but they are no longer paralyzed. Wampum, you are up.
Going back for the crystal.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's a nut one.
Oh, so that one, it hits, like you hit it square on, but there are several bodies now piled on the crystal, and it just sort of sinks into them.
Get out of the way!
Knocks a few of them off, so.
What did I back it up with a nat 20?
Yes!
Yeah.
Make up for it!
And the third attack is not bad, a 18 plus 12, 30.
Yes, that hits. Sorry, I'm really enjoying this. Yes, that absolutely hits. And the first blast, you move the bodies out of the way so you can really get a square center shot with that second throw. And I'll take them separate if you would.
The crit is going to be 7 and 7 and 7, be 21.
All right.
And then the normal throw is a 8 and a 7, 15.
15. All right. So a total of 36, both of which overcome the damage threshold. Nice. All right. All right. Very good. Oh man, the poor Shadar-kai back there are just like beginning to get a little frantic. In fact, I'm gonna have them make some checks next round. Anything else on your turn, Wampum?
Just so I can be the point of attack, I will move that bit.
Okay. You got it. Taz needs to make a Constitution saving throw, see if he can unparalyze himself.
Hey, that might be. That is a 19 plus.
Please be more than 0.
Plus.
I think that's what it is
He
too.
has a +3 con.
That'll do it. Taz is that's the end of his turn, but next round he'll be able to act as he shakes off the dragon's paralyzing breath. Oh, this night. All right. Gonna walk around, and this one that has been affected by synaptic static is going to be the next to fall to the... Oops, except I don't have any... Here we go. The next to fall to the crystal's... Nope. To the crystal's needs. This one, however, was not as strong as the knight's, and so it doesn't regain as much hit points in that one sacrifice. All right. Well, this one needs to try to save. It does not, so this one is still paralyzed. And the roar of Narenvain returns. The rafters shake, and it pokes...
And I poke it!
No, it pokes its head back in up here by the front.
Ah, dang it. All right, I was forward to that.
I'm gonna check its map. Yep. Pokes its head back in there, sees that things are not going super well, growls and wonders to itself why it insists upon continuing to poke its head in that particular window, and yet it does. And then pulls its head back out. All right, round 7. The creature here, whose eyes are still that horrible color, seeing... Kale has not had a chance to go, so Lefcadio, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please. As you two see... I should check that distance. I think we're good, but yeah. As you two see the inky black voids of this creature's eyes, and
10.
you fall asleep. And he feels somewhat gratified that his spell worked. Yes, you are sucked into to the black voids of his eyes, and the cat slumps to the ground asleep. Kale, you are up.
Could Lefcadio hear me if I said a thing and it required him to be able to hear me? Or does it require... So if you say a spell, verbal component.
What spell do you want to cast on him?
Well, I'm debating what I want to cast.
Okay.
Because I've got Word of Recall, which is just verbal.
Uh-huh.
Does he need to be able to hear me for it to work?
Does Lefcadio need to be for Word of Recall?
Yeah.
Why does he have to? Do I not understand what that spell does?
It's just people within 5 feet of you, you can disappear.
Oh, no. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
When it-
Sure.
when it
yeah.
comes
You take
to-
them along with you. You're good.
Yeah, when it comes to verbal components, I've always imagined it like an invocation.
Right, that's
It's
how
out
I...
to the weave. That's
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
manipulating the weave, not doing anything to anyone.
Yeah. No, you don't have to. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
How's a
So
crystal
you're
look?
just bringing Lefcadio along for the ride, so you're good.
Right. It's a
Where?
crystal...
What is your sanctuary? Where does that take you?
Neverwinter, I think, is the last place I cast it.
Good lord. Okay.
What's the crystal look like?
So every time Wampum beats the living daylights out of it, and they heal it, but each time it mends itself a little bit less. So it's definitely not as bad as it should be, considering the beating that Wampum has taken it. But it is getting worse and worse every 6 seconds or so.
I guess you
Just
go.
significantly more slowly than you would like.
How about this person that just stopped being paralyzed? What's their deal? How are they doing?
That's a good question. Make me a wisdom insight check while I figure that out.
Bruh. Oh wait, I have disadvantage. I could do worse. No.
What'd you get?
What's my insight? 11. Oh, 13.
They are. I will say they're eyeing the crystal and eyeing you all, and seem to not have made, as far as you can tell, seem to not have made their decision yet.
Are they? I mean, I meant to ask in terms of like damage.
Oh, they have not been touched.
Great. There's all sorts of things. There's all sorts of problems right now.
Yes.
Yes, Graham. Oh, shoot.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, it's Graham in the chat.
Golly. Well, I've been rolling really low, right?
I mean, yes.
And Tasman's not paralyzed anymore. I'm gonna try it.
Well,
Oh
Okay.
gods. Okay.
Kale will stand up first off, I guess. Should he?
I don't know.
Being prone might actually be better right now. No, because I'm that late. He'll stand up, and he will pray as hard as he can to Denier. And he'll say, "Take from me whatever price is required for mind, body, or soul. Just give us the strength to finish this task for you. And I will try to do divine intervention."
Yeah, you will. Let's have that percentile roll.
I rolled a 60. So no.
So you definitely feel the connection, and you can tell that Denier wants more than anything at this moment to help you. But so much of his divinity and his connection to this place has already been siphoned by this ritual that he's unable to do more than grant you the spells he's already granted you.
back up, and it's like the cosmic range oven, and Denier's like touching the stove, like, ow, 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 ooh. I'm trying, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Guess I'll die.
Denier's like, look, man,
will...
I'm trying.
Okay, bonus action.
Yeah.
I can do that also. I will... second level healing word. I'm just going to do first level healing word. I'm going to move over here next to Wampum first off.
Okay.
Try and, like, maybe they won't be able to see me down here. Ooh, I'm going to move over there, and then I'm going to get prone. Good idea.
Okay.
In case, because if Neuromain sticks his head through the window, he won't see me, and I'll be fine.
Darrenvane sticks his head through that window. He's going straight into Wampum.
Perfect. Anyway, bonus action healing word
All right.
on fuck. I forgot Lafcadio's asleep.
Take your pick.
Haslin, I guess. Might as well. Big 8. 8.
Hey, roll that 4. All right. 8 hit points as a couple of scrapes close up, and we go on to Nos.
Who is that healing?
Haslin. I just gave him.
Okay.
Taz, yeah. Just make sure he doesn't fall before he can flame shit.
Yeah.
All right, Nos.
I would like to rage.
That feels like a good idea, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would like to rage And I would like to go full feral on
Yes.
this poor sod that is directly
poor
in front
thing.
of me. I'm gonna bite her ear off.
You've got advantage on all the things because she's paralyzed, and any hits that you make are going to be crits.
I am going to eviscerate her.
Don't want her being sacrificed to the crystal.
It's a 25.
That'll
and
hit. That'll
Wait, I
hit.
have advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, strike that. 28, 24.
Both of those hit, and they are both crits because she's paralyzed.
Great. And then, okay, yeah, we'll just start there.
Okay.
18 and 15. Magical slashing.
Are those with the crit, the extra dice for crits?
Did I crit?
Because she's paralyzed, any hits within from an attacker within 5 feet are automatically crits.
So that means the Glaive of Wonder goes off.
No. You still have to
No,
roll
no.
20 or 1
I
for
tried.
that to happen.
Okay.
No.
Trash.
You'll end up shooting out gems and killing all your friends.
Just me. It's fine. It comes out the
Okay,
butt,
we don't
apparently.
get the bonuses again, but we rolled 4 and 3, so it's an additional 7. So that's 25. That's 40. Oh, bless her, cotton sucks. That's 40 damage altogether, taking your die rolls from the second 2 and adding them to the first 2.
Well done for the math and the interpreting of the equations very quickly.
It took me a minute, but I think I figured it out.
Didn't take me
all right. All right. So, she yells and just begins to eviscerate this poor paralyzed woman who isn't really doing much. She's not poor. Lefcadio is sleepy time gal at the moment.
Oh, I'm not done.
Oh, please go on.
Okay, so if I did I kill her?
No.
Okay, so I gotta no, I raged.
Oh, right.
But you do have that radiant damage thing that you do.
Yeah, that would count.
Oh, there you go.
There it
Those
is.
rolls are straight hits.
There's radiant.
I think that would double also.
Yes, it would. Okay, wait. While you're raging, is 1d6 plus half your barbarian level. Okay, great. So it looks like you rolled a 1 there, so it's going to be 7 radiant. Because half
Make
your barbarian level is 10, right?
My barbarian level is 10. You're correct.
Okay. So that's 7 and another, and 12 plus 5 is 17, so another 24, which is exactly how many hit points she has. I promise I'm not lying.
I
So
lift
that-
her up on the glaive. I'm like, oh!
Yeah, you do.
I am dominant.
And she just slides. It's like Mortal Kombat. Just slides down the glaive and drops off the other side.
I rip her apart against her.
Yeah, you do.
Throw away.
All right.
Trash.
Well, this one's gonna make a wisdom saving throw to not run the fuck away. Let's see. How'd that go? 15. All right, so she'll stay in place. So this one is going to. I mean, now we've got a new target, so she's gonna step. Well, let's see. She can't do that. Where's she going? Oh, those are all dead. So she's gonna go. She's gonna go here and try to wrap some chains. Is that who that is? Wrap some chains around. Yes, it is around Nos.
My react
Yes, you can.
for 16.
That I think does hit her. In fact, 1 second. Yes, it does.
For 19 slashing.
Holy! All right.
That's a good roll.
Does that get something else to it? Does that get radiant to it? No.
No.
When you're raging, the first creature you hit on each of your turns. Yes. Okay, great. All right. Derp. Okay, so now she's going to swing her chains at you. 17 to hit. Does 17 hit you? No, I don't think so, right?
17 just hits.
Oh, it does. All right. So that is 10 piercing, which is in fact 5 piercing because you're raging. Make me a dexterity saving throw if you would.
If that's all that was up, then I go down.
Oh.
I only had 7 HP.
Oh, it's only 5 damage because you're raging, right? So it's halved.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so you got some time.
So dex saving throw, is this something I can see coming?
It is. Go ahead and mitigate with advantage.
15.
15 is enough. So it's unable to grab you. And 18, though, is going to do another 5 damage to you.
God dang it!
Will stop you.
Oh, well, I eviscerated someone.
Yes,
I'm
you
good.
did.
Check
Yes,
that box.
you did. Unfortunately, that is all of that creature's movement. So, Wampum, we are back to you.
Oh. Wampum just saw Nos fall again,
Mm-hmm.
which does not please him any.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's actually going to step up to here
Okay.
and take a growl and start swinging at the guy,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is a 12 plus 12.
That'll do.
And then second is a 6 plus 12.
That'll still do.
And the third is a 11 plus 12.
That'll do. So, just furious at seeing Nos dropped twice in a matter of seconds, Wampum turns around and goes ham on this creature.
21 and 19, which is
21 and
going
19
to
was just
be
40. Nice. All right. Barely left standing, this creature, wide-eyed, looks to you, Wampum, and just takes a deep breath. Anything else, Wamp?
Yeah, I'm going to take my bonus action.
Yeah, you are.
And use my offhand,
Yes, you are. Use that hand axe.
which is a 21 and 10.
10. They got 2 hit points left.
No, hold on. That was just a hit.
Oh. Well, she's got 12 hit points, everybody, so.
Oh, well, I got an 8 plus 7.
Oh. Goodbye, sweet prince. All right, so she looks a little overconfident for that moment, thinking that she has managed to survive your ire, and then you just unstrap the extra hand axe from your belt and fling it at her, and down she goes. All right, Tazlin can finally take his turn.
All right. I am looking towards Carl for this. With what Graham said in chat, are we going
Why
to
can't I
get
see
out
any
of
of Graham's chat? Anyway.
Well, this
Discord.
Oh, in Discord. Oh, I don't have that.
Yes.
He said if 2 folks went down, those 2 folks went back up, and then one went back down,
Also, you're asleep.
and I'm asleep. Teslin or Alcadio's asleep.
Yes, but okay.
That's down.
He will then.
Does Lefcadio get to save again? Or no, I was asleep. Okay.
All right, hold on. Taslin. So we got.
One of your friends might try and wake you up. I don't know.
Taslin is going to cast Magic Missile at 3rd level.
At whom? Or what?
Crystal.
Yep, there it is. All right, so that's 5d4 plus 5.
5. Submit. Plus 5 more. 14 points.
Okay,
On the
that does a chunk to it. Oh, nope, that's not how that works. Math. All right, that does a goodly chunk to it. The creatures around.
Then he's going to reach down and kick Lecardio in the butt. Wake up!
So. Oh, how many hit points do you have, Lecardio?
1.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Because it's supposed to be use your action to shake them awake, but I was gonna compromise and say, well, you can kick him as a bonus action and just do 1 damage, and that'll wake him up. But
Just make him sleep deeper.
sleep deeper. All right, we'll say another bonus action of shaking Lefcadio awake would be the equivalent of a full action. So there you go. So you're half awake, Lefcadio. Next up, for the first time, this knight actually could maybe take a turn. Although, I don't really know that they're going to want to do anything from over here. Let's see. No, they already cast that. They already cast that. Oh, that's silly, but all right. So this knight is going to look to you all. Oh, this actually will suck a lot if it hits. And, gosh, I guess is going to... Kale, you're up, right?
No, I went prone.
You're prone. Well, but it's also seen you healing things. So it's going to gesture in your direction, and this spectral hand is going to come flying at you and attempt to grab you around the neck. +8. Does a non-natural 20 hit you? No, right?
It doesn't, but
Oh, it's also disadvantage. Right. Well, that doesn't hit anyway.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, anyway, his real job is to protect the crystals, so whatever. I don't think there are any of those left alive, so the roar of Narenvain returns.
3.
And,
Yes!
I love it. As Narenvain flew around, he kind of got turned around, got confused for a minute, thought he'd picked a new window, turns out it was just the same one as before, looks around, gets frustrated, pokes his head back out. That's unreal. All right, round 8. It is this priest creature's turn. Unfortunately, I think this priest creature has no choice but to... Oh, he's still got that going on. Oh, yeah, he's having fun with that.
Eugenio,
Yes.
would you like to take a break?
Oh, yes. I keep thinking that in some given round, you all are going to end this combat and shift away, and it never happens. So, yeah, let's go ahead and take a little break here, because who knows when that's actually going to happen. Sorry for keeping everybody for longer than we usually do. Thank you for your patience. We'll be back shortly to I would say finish this combat, but who the hell knows. We'll see shortly. See you all in a few. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Thanks so much for hanging out. Let's jump right back in, because we got shit to do and hopefully cultists to kill and not characters. Anyway, all right, so we are at the top of round something big, relatively speaking. It's round 8. Holy. And it is the Priest of Ogma, who's obviously not a Priest of Ogma's turn. And their inky black voids are now going to turn on Kale, who needs to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Here we go with that.
I'm excited about it.
I'm pretty good at those.
I figured. He doesn't know that.
Plus, oh boy,
Oh,
25.
No. That oh boy sounded like I rolled a 2, so no. All right, so you, much like Wampum, are able to stave off the horrors of the void and remain conscious. Pretty sure that takes his action. Use your action to yep. All right, so Kale, you are up.
I'm up. These are all dead. I feel like there's still a chance, right?
That seems to be the common wisdom that you all are proceeding on, so yes.
What's the range of this? Do I get the sense that maybe if I attempted to channel magical energy into dispelling the magic of the crystal, a la the dispel magic spell, would that maybe be good? Possibly.
Make me an intelligence arcana check.
24. Yeah.
You could probably do something like that, but it would be more akin to what you did in the Temple of the Seldarine. It would be a process of unraveling the layers and layers of enchantments and such. You might be able to, if there are like particular protection spells on it, you might be able to undo some of that. But in terms of actually stopping the ritual and the siphoning, that's going to be a process more similar to what you did at the Temple of the Seldarine.
Screw that. I'm just going to shoot it with a radiant thing. Guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt. All right, so another sparkly streak goes flying towards it with a
22.
22, and this time the sparkly streak strikes it square on.
Oh, at the third level is what I meant to say. I would have.
So 66. That's fine.
Yeah. Not just saying shit.
All right.
After I hit, I swear to God. Oh my God. I rolled a bunch of ones. Hey, look at that. That's so
Look
cute.
at that.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh no.
Big 15 damage for
Okay,
the third
so
level spell
at
slot.
least you overcame the damage threshold. I wasn't sure you were gonna. All right. So chips of sparkly crystal fly. The crystal itself is now sparkly, I guess.
Advantage. Someone.
Yeah. Anything else, Kale?
Lefcadio, we just said it was another bonus action to wake him up, so I will go do that. Is that
All right, so you
okay?
go kick Lefcadio, who now is conscious. On
Yank his
the
tail
spell.
real quick.
There you go. Nos, you are up.
Am I though?
I mean, it is your turn
To roll a death save.
to roll a death save. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rough times.
Forgot about
Yeah. That's a 3.
Oy.
Big no.
Okay, but then we started over these saves, right? So that's the
Yes.
first. Okay. All right. I hate it. I love it. I hate it. All right, Lefcadio, you're being kicked awake by your friends. It's rather unpleasant, and you're already in lots and lots of pain, but at least you're awake.
It's like sand in my eyes. Oh, this is not a great day that we're having here. So I look up at Teslin, and I'm just looking around. And what are we doing? Are we doing stuff? Okay. And so
Why are we still here?
so I stand up, and I'm gonna run right into the middle of the room because it doesn't look like we're going anywhere.
Oh my God.
Let's see. Help. All right. I'm gonna use my. Oh wait. I have to stand up and use half my movement. All right. And use my feline agility. So I have a total of 60 feet of movement.
Help, Nos! Someone shouts.
Someone shouts. It clearly comes from Kale, who's right next to you.
He just woke up.
All right. So I stand up and then I bolt right over the altar and I vault it.
Holy shit.
And I'm standing right next to the crystal.
Oh, holy shit.
And I am gonna start.
Literally what everyone around there is saying.
I start whacking the crystal with my whip.
God, take inspiration, first of all.
Right. Okay. That'll be helpful. All right. And I reckon I have advantage on the first attack.
Save, but okay. Yes, you do.
All right. So on the first attack, let's see, and then I have my life drink. Okay. Yeah. So 27 to hit.
That'll do.
So that's for 9 slashing and 5 necrotic. 19 to hit.
19, you can't quite get the good hit in. Also, the advantage was only for your first attack, so it was a 16.
Oh, right. And then lastly, 19. Can I take that inspiration that I just?
Sure can.
Sure, okay, I'm gonna do that. So I'll just hit the attack one more time.
Come on, give me
27.
that shit.
All right, so for 15
Perfect.
points of damage.
Right. You notice that the necrotic energy from your scourge doesn't seem to have much effect on the dark energies of the crystal, but the slashing certainly does.
All right, and then with my bonus action, I pull out my hand crossbow with my crossbow expert feat, and I just take a shot at this thing. I said, "I'm gonna do it!"
I'm gonna do it. Oh, Lefcadio. Oh,
24 to
sweet
hit.
angel.
It's
Yeah.
just 12 piercing, no necrotic there.
Okay, that's not nothing.
And I yell back, "Get out of here! I'll take care of it!"
Oh, heart. Oh shit! And the priest is right there. Oh boy. Okay. Well, you're taking out the crystal, and they're not the ones that are designated to sacrifice things. So, I was gonna have to chain and swing a chain at Lefcadio. Oh, that's a 9 to hit, though. So
That's a miss.
surprised by your sudden bum rush for the crystal that it misses. Swing number 2 is a 15 to hit.
Miss.
I've never been so happy about my crap rolls, and that's a 17. Oh, that hits,
Also
doesn't it?
misses. Nah, I have an
Oh, that
18.
misses! Hooray! All right. I mean, no, I'm neutral because I'm the dungeon master. All right. So dodging deftly out of the way of every swing of the chain, determined to do some good here. Wampum, you are up.
Wampum is going to pour a superior healing potion down Nos's.
That will do.
Yeah!
Poor Nos. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down for...
And that roll absolutely sucked. But it's 25
Oh,
points.
that's so many ones.
And I am going to look at her and say, Lefcardio's being stupid. Let's go.
Okay.
So 5, 10, 15, 20. Wampum will go to there.
All right.
And he is going to throw.
So when you're feeding someone else a potion, it does take your whole action.
Then just one bonus action I am going to throw at the
Right.
at the crystal. And that is a 10 plus 12.
Oh. I was like, how did you get a twin? I thought your bonus was 12. Yes, that hits. Rolled a -2.
For 13 points of damage.
All right. So more cracks. They continue to panic. It is looking in worse shape than you have seen it yet. Taslin?
Taslin is going to use his last 3rd level spell
Lord mercy.
and cast Magic Missile.
All right.
So that's 5d4.
Ooh, roll real good.
So that is, whoops, not 56. 5
That's a lot.
plus 5. 21 points.
That is good. Not quite good enough, but very good. Nope, that's the wrong number. Okay, the crystal, large chunks are beginning to fall off of the crystal.
And he is going to move to there.
All right. This final remaining knight turns to the priest, nods at him, turns to this fool that missed Lefcadio 3 times, and shouts something at him, and prostrates himself over the edge of the upturned crystal and opens his throat on top of it, buying a bit more time for the crystal. But again, like even after it has been mended by the blood of this creature, it still looks in pretty beat up shape. Though many of the chunks that fell out have regrown. Are there any of those left alive? Nope. Okay, Narenvane. All right, that's a different one. It's not quite right next to you, but at least it's not the one up there. Where is that window? Which window is that? All right, so the roar of Narenvane finally comes from somewhere else. And Narenvane pokes his head in the northern window. Oh boy. And he once again opens his maw, but this time it is not a gas that comes issuing forth, but rather a black cloud, and I need all of you to make Constitution saving throws once again, please.
All?
All. Oh, no, actually, not you, Lefcadio. That's rather funny, actually. All right, Nos succeeds. Kale.
17.
No, Taslin. Sorry, Wampum.
Wampum 22.
That succeeds.
Taslin. Hey, Taslin got an 18 plus 3.
Hey, Taslin saves. Don't know how that happened, but he did. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Okay, so, before this happens, I need Lefcadio, Kale, Nos, Taslin, Wampum. How often do you acknowledge the deity on your character sheet, Moradin? How close are you two?
Every day.
Okay. Then everybody please roll percentile for me. I need my little chart of numbers, because this breath is very, very bad news. All right. Nos. All right. Nos, do me a favor. Remind me. So you're Barbarian 10 and Fighter. What are your other levels? Fighter.
Champion, Fighter 4.
Fighter 4. Great. Okay. Lefkati got a 55. Kale.
32.
Wampum.
61.
And Taslin.
Taslin is a 66.
Rolled so well, which is not great. But, Nos. All right.
Come at me.
Okay. Excuse me. So, this creature opens its maw, and those of you who did not make 20 will take the full damage. Those of you who got 20 or better will take the half damage of a metric fuck ton of damage. Where is it? 70 cold. 70 necrotic damage. So 35 for those of you who saved.
So that would be halved for Taslin, right?
That is true. Halved for Taslin, so that is 15, 17 for Taslin.
He had 16 health left.
Does anyone that was in there survive that?
Yes.
Okay, great. That's good news.
Okay, before we all fall down,
Uh-huh.
like London bridges here, I would like to, knowing my end is coming, knowing we're not going to survive this, I'm going to look over at Kale, who is right beside me, and I'm going to let him know it's all right if I die here. I'm all right with that. And I look.
Oh.
Dead.
Oh.
Not dead, unconscious.
Right, well...
Well,
So...
Yeah, you let me know what happens.
So, as this cold necrosis washes over you, Taslin, Kale, and Nos, you feel yourselves being overwhelmed by the darkness. You feel your souls being torn from your bodies, and you feel the urge to serve the creature that just destroyed your corporeal form. Wampum and Lefkadia, you see this happening, and you can see that this was no mere dragon's breath, but that it was something much, much more, something much, much more dangerous. At that moment, however, there is the faintest light in this breath of dark, black, purple, horrible shadow. There's the faintest little pinprick of light that begins to grow and spreads out from somewhere within the cloud. Now, Wampum and Lefkadio, you feel yourselves being drawn out and away from this place, but as you are both still conscious and have your wits about you, you can resist if you would like.
Actually, Taslin is still alive. He has 15 hit points.
does he?
Yes.
I was tracking it on his token. I don't know if...
Oh, I'm with John was playing
Okay.
it, so I'm
Yeah, but
I have the character sheet open. He had 50.
okay.
So now with 35 gone out of that.
It was actually only 17 gone because he's resistant to necrotic damage.
Oh, okay. So 50 would be 43. 33.
Okay. All right. So in that case, Taslin and Wampum and Lefkadio can resist this if you would like. This pulling, this feeling that you are being drawn elsewhere.
This feeling is it a good feeling?
It doesn't feel good. It is pretty jarring and abrupt, but it doesn't feel malicious. It doesn't feel like someone's trying to harm you. But it is definitely not, I wouldn't call it a pleasant feeling.
Then no, I am resisting.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw if you would. If any of the other two of you wish to resist, you can also make wisdom saving throws. Nos and Kale, y'all are coming along for the ride.
17 on the die plus my wisdom save. Wisdom is a +7.
Okay.
Lucario got 11.
Lecadio's going to go ahead and go along with the party. Wampum, you got +7. What was on the die? 17, I think you said? Okay, so 24 for you. Okay.
And then Taslin has a 8 plus 7, 15.
Nice plus. Not enough. All right. So the breath clears. Oh, I can't do that. Oh no, yes, I can do that. The breath clears. Wampum, you look around, and sort of not expecting to see your friends conscious. Perhaps lying on the ground unconscious at best. You're hoping that they're not deceased after that attack. But in fact, you don't see them at all. The rest of the creatures and corpses in the room are still where they were, but the 4 of your companions have vanished from the sanctuary.
Moradin's beard.
We will continue on for the moment and collect the other 4 of you momentarily. But for the moment, this priest of Agma is very confused, actually kind of glad that 4 of you are gone because he was starting to get a little nervous. And with Big Wampum here, you've already saved against that.
What turn is this, by the way?
This is number 9.
So I've only got 1 turn left for Big, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Seeing you there so close by, this priest is going to back up slightly and head towards the crystal. And is actually, where he was before he moves, he's going to smack his hands together. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Wampum, as a blast of thunderous energy echoes forth, smacking into you.
15 plus 11.
That'll do. So you just take 4. Oh, that was a she roll. 4 thunder damage. Mostly it was a distraction so that he could step back and away from you. Come on, move. There you go. These are all gone. There is, in fact, one of these left, looking very confused. So he is going to move to step between you and the priest, who is not actually standing there, but is standing over by the crystal and appears to be attempting to do something to the crystal at this moment. Wampum, you are up.
I am going to go to here.
All right.
Yes.
It's like, wait, no, you were supposed to come. Oh, damn it.
And I am swinging.
All right, swing away.
4th one of the night.
Right.
And a 10 plus 12, 22.
That'll do.
And a 15 plus 12, 27.
That'll do. You might. It'll be close. It'll be close. That crit might put you over the edge. Separate them out per attack, if you would.
That is the crit there, so... Crit is a 12 plus 7, 19.
All right.
And then a 7 and 7, 14.
Okay.
And a 5 and 7 is 12.
12. Okay. The just spiderweb cracks, chunks falling out. You're hewing away at large chunks of it, but the dark glow in the center of the crystal still hasn't gone out, though there's not a ton of crystal left around it. Anything else, Wampum?
And I'm just going to look at the guys across the wall. Just say,
I love it. I love it. All right. Well, they're all dead because they all sacrificed themselves. They're all dead because they all died. Narenbane, time to... Oh, I forgot to move him. But anyway, time to pop his head back in. Ooh, dealer's choice. All right. So Narenbane then is going to pop his head back in through the crystal window. Because now someone's actually there, and is going to, yep, just close enough, is going to attempt to bite at Wampum for an 18.
Nope.
It is going to attempt to claw you, but it's got to pull its head out of the window and claw blindly, so it's got disadvantage on the claw attacks. So that's an 18 again and a 19. 19 doesn't hit you either, so he's unable to hit you, and he withdraws.
Hey, worm.
He withdraws angrily. If I can find him. There we go. Withdraws angrily. All right. The priest... real bad. So we're gonna go with the priest is going to... Where is his stat block? Here we go. The priest is going to grit his teeth and begin casting again. And we've only got one more of these. Wampum, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw again. All you seem to do is that and
Come on. Which is a 15 plus 11.
Okay, so half damage. Yes, half of this. That was a giant shite roll, so 10 cold damage.
Okay.
Oh, well, he's going to have to move, though, because he's for sure not going to cast that on top of the damn crystal. So, let's move him around to there. No, we should not take that easel with us. Back, there we go. All right. Derp. His poor one's just like, oh, this is ridiculous. Okay, I'll get to there and attack you with his chains. Where is he? Here he is. 25 to hit.
Yep.
8 piercing and a dexterity saving throw, if you would.
Dex 15 plus 3.
That'll do. The chain can't wrap around you. Swings again. 21 to hit does not, right?
Nope.
And a 16, so just one hit in with the chain. As we come back to you, Wampum.
How much damage was that?
So you took, on the first attack, you took 8.
8. Okay.
Is this not... Oh, I know why. There we go.
Alright, still attacking the crystal.
Do it.
That is a 8 plus 11.
8 plus 11, 19. The cracks sort of get your axe a little bit stuck in a weird way, and that one doesn't really manage to snap into it very well.
13 plus 12.
That'll do, though, so you redouble your efforts and get that blow on.
And a 16 plus 12.
And this third one as well hits nicely. Roll that beautiful damage.
2, 14. Not a bad roll. 14 plus 20, 14 plus 14, 28.
14 plus 14, 20. Okay. There is barely any crystal left, but the light inside is just barely continuing to flicker.
I'm using my... And I forgot my D4s.
Oh, roll some D4s. That might be enough.
And I also forgot my bonus attack last time.
All right, roll them D4s. We'll see.
So that was a total of 5, not 6, because I missed one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, correct.
So that is 4, and 2 is 6, and 3 is 9, and 1 is 10.
Okay.
And 3 is 13.
13. Okay. Go ahead and make that bonus action attack.
Is a 13 plus 12.
That'll do it.
And I'm putting a DMD4 in there this time. 5 and 2 is 7 and 7, another 14.
So as you swing this final swing, you hit it solidly, and it takes you a moment for you to be able to see if anything happened, because at that moment, your potion of growth wears off and you shrink back down. It's sort of disorienting for a half a second, but when you look back, there is nothing but powder on the floor. There is no glow remaining in the crystal. It has completely shattered into the smallest of bits. Nothing remains of the power that was once there. That's the good news. Bad news is that it is now the priest's turn. The priest is none too pleased about that, and so the priest is going to fling out his hand angrily and send darts of magical force winging towards you. We're going to use this level. 3. Nope. Nope, still wrong. Not a D5, not a thing. Dealing you 21 points of damage as 6 darts sink into your chest.
Wampum has 1 hit point.
Oh, shit. Okay. This commoner looking dude is gonna swing some chains at you. That's a 12 to hit.
Nope.
That's a 9
Nope.
to hit. And that's
Nope.
an 18 to hit. So Wampum, just on his last leg, bleeding, exhausted but determined, manages to avoid all 3 swings of the chain, using his armor to deflect them, and it is back to Wampum's turn.
5, 10, 15. I am going out the window.
Yes, out the window you... Oh. Yes, out the window you go. Fortunately, Narenbane is out there, so we'll see what happens with that, but that's all right.
I'm hoping Nervane is over in these windows somewhere.
So am I. I didn't roll for him last round, so I'm going to roll for him now and see what window he's at.
Don't be a 3.
Or 6. All right. So he's over at that window, so he's not going to immediately catch... Where the hell? He's not going to immediately catch sight of you. He's over there. Okay. So that was last round. Now we get to Narenbane again, and let's see what window he's going to go to. All right, so he just wings directly over and heads back to that first window that he was coming through, so he doesn't catch sight of you either. The High Priest is going to go... and, well, you're not in there, so you're not sure what he's doing, but he's doing some shit. This individual, this chain individual, is going to give chase but briefly. But he is going to give chase this one time and swing. Oh, I hate this. He won't follow you too far for reasons, but... 12? Right. All right. So, Wampum, you continue to run?
Yes, and I am
Go ahead.
taking a normal healing potion.
Okay, great. Are you going? So you're going to take that with a bonus action? Are you going to disengage, or are you going to dash?
I am. Well, actually.
Oh, this sucks. That's a hell of a choice.
Take the potion first.
Yeah, that's true. Take the potion first before you do anything.
2d4 plus 2,
Mm-hmm.
which is big old 6 points.
Okay, that is more than 0 points.
So I got 7 left.
All right.
And yes, I am disengaging and running
Okay.
my ass off.
Okay. So disengage, run, what, 25 feet? 30 feet? 25?
Yes.
25. All right.
25 is normal.
Okay, so the only thing left to do is to see where Narenvane goes this last time. All right. So the chained creature inexplicably sort of runs after you for about 10, 15 feet and then stops short, turns around and flees as quickly as they can back through the window and back into the sanctuary. You can hear Narenvane roaring in the distance. Excuse me, roaring in the distance, unable to find any of you, yourself included. You hurry away, knowing that at any moment Narenvane could turn his sights to the eastern part of the sanctuary, but for the moment at least, you run. And where do you head, Wampum?
I'm heading back the way that we came in, but not. I'm skirting all of the crystals.
Totally. So as you try and sort of watch for that dark glow of those crystals, it's a little disconcerting at first. And as you get a little closer to where they should be, you realize that the stands, the sort of the enclosures for all of those crystals are still sitting out on the lawn outside of Spirit Soaring. But the crystals themselves, as well as all of the creatures that were sent to guard them, are no longer there. And you continue to run off, heading back, making haste to put distance between yourself and the forces back at Spirit Soaring. We find ourselves back. We sort of take a little smash cut to a room entirely entirely awash in a sort of soft gold light. And the 4 of you, one by one, slowly return to consciousness. It is not a pleasant return to consciousness for the 4 of you. Even the 2 of you who were not destroyed by Narenvane's necrotic breath find yourselves in immense pain and discomfort as you come to. And you look around and see a very simple, what looks to sort of be maybe a medic's wing or a healer's wing of some building that you don't recognize. It's all quite simply adorned. And again, everything is sort of awash in this golden-hued light.
Are you the real Lafcadio?
I think I am.
I guess that means you are.
I've read that in a book. Checks
Same.
out.
So are we in beds, or we just wake up on the floor?
No, you're in beds. Yeah, the beds are comfortable enough, but it's hard to really appreciate that with everything else that is wrong with your bodies at the moment.
Do I still have blood coming out of my head?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's maybe not actively bleeding anymore, but no one has cleaned you all up.
Okay. All right. That's reassuring.
Okay. Are we all reasonably are we all close to each other?
Yeah.
Can I get up? Am I strapped down?
No.
And what's this pain like exactly? Does it
Yes,
feel...
you can get up. No, you are not strapped down. It's basically you feel exactly like you did before you lost consciousness.
Okay, so the wounds hurt that were...
Yeah,
implicated.
there's a wariness also, particularly for all of you, but particularly for Kale and Nos, just an utter exhaustion that will manifest mechanically later.
Well, Kale will get out of bed as best he can, just slip out, go into the middle of all of our beds, and attempt to word of recall us back to Neverwinter.
Wait, where's Wampum?
Not here.
Second, I just gotta check a couple of things.
What? Did you see me fall? gonna point at Lefcadio.
Oh, mate, I was looking at that crystal. I don't know what happened.
Kale, did you see me fall?
Kale would not respond to that. He's busy trying to recall everybody.
Kale! Kale, I asked a question! Can you hear me? I don't know what's going on here, man.
So you call out to Daenerys. It's a pretty quick cast, honestly. This all sort of is happening all at once. You call out the word, and it is the strangest experience, Kale. The word that should send you winging back to Neverwinter sort of leaves your mouth. You can hear it in the room for just an instant, and then it's almost as if to say that you see this happen is inaccurate, but it's the closest sense to what you experience. You see the word that you have spoken sort of freeze in the air. It doesn't go away. It's still there. You almost feel like time around the word has just stopped. And so the magic doesn't take effect, but you can feel also the connection, the magical connection, the divine connection to the word hanging there, just as if it's waiting just a moment before it takes effect. And a small girl appears in the room, and she smiles and sort of giggles softly and says, "Just a moment."
And that's the last thing Kale sees or hears before he just collapses from exhaustion.
Oh, he'll be fine in a few days. You poor things.
I collect Kale.
It took a lot to bring the four of you here. I tried to get your big friend, but he's quite willful, isn't he?
Yes, he is. I'm Nos.
I know exactly who you are, Nos.
Timora? I just dropped Kale like a second potatoes.
It's a good thing you got that periaptive wound closure.
And then I run to the little girl, pick her up, and I throw her around like you do with the little girls, and do the thing where you grab her dress and you just go like that with her, and then throw her up one more time, and then hug her.
She goes with it for a very short little while. Lefcadio, what are you doing during that?
I'm sliding very cool and collectedly right under to catch Kale. Make sure his head doesn't hit the ground.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. So finally, the little girl says, "All right, I wish that we had more time for things like that, but even the best of fates can't keep what has happened from happening or what is about to happen."
We're at your service. Please tell us what to do.
I appreciate that very much. I wish that I could be of more service to you, but it took much to circumvent Ao's commands to stay out of direct contact with the mortal realm and our worshippers. He does get so testy about these things, but it was important for not just me and not just yourselves that you not fall to that terrible dragon.
You defied Ao for us?
I'm sure we'll all pay the price eventually, but that's for another day. For right now, the four of you need to find your friend. You need to do your best to regain your strength, and you need to go immediately to a place where I cannot join you.
What?
Your friend, the biggest dwarf I've seen in some time, succeeded. He managed to keep Shar from collecting the remains of Ogma and Daenerys' divinity from Spirit Soaring, but...
Never had a doubt in my mind! Yeah, whop 'em!
Unfortunately, much was taken before you all found that crystal. What you did was immeasurably useful and helpful, and will go a long way to aiding you in your quest, but much was lost today from Spirit Soaring. And Shar, knowing that the five of you are aware of her machinations and doing a bang-up job of slowing her down, has decided to move things apace. From what I've been able to discover, she has decided to make her bid for the Shadowfell with what divinity she has been able to collect. Your friend Kale, were he conscious, would be pleased to know that the divinity at Elturel was saved. Unfortunately, the divinity at the Temple of the Allfather in the mountains up north was not so fortunate. The giants very rarely approach that temple. It is a holy place for very few of them, and so they were unable to muster enough of a force to protect it from Shar's forces. The divinity of the Allfather was stolen. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, milady.
No, it's okay.
No, you go. That's why we didn't chose it, is because it was remote. So hopefully fewer people will stumble across it as they would here. Here. Where are we?
Good choice.
There.
It was a good choice. The dual divinities at Spirit Soaring were much more important to protect. Not that the Allfather isn't important to... She sort of looks around.
Well, we were channeling you the entire way through all that decision-making process. Every time we were cornered, we flipped a coin.
She says, I most certainly didn't skew anything one way or the other, of course.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh.
She says, at any rate, with the divinity of the Allfather and what Shar has managed to take from Denir and from Ogma, she has decided that she will make her bid for the Shadowfell and goes to depose the only being that could possibly oppose her there.
The Raven Queen.
She nods. I have done what I can to aid you. There are others who have interest in the situation. Your friend, unfortunately, will be able to call upon Denir, but Denir will not be able to provide any more direct help either, considering what he has lost this day.
Is there any way that we can at least, I know that those places were lost that were had before, but can we make new ones?
In time, they can be rebuilt. Worshippers can strengthen those of us who have lost some of our power through the machinations of Shar. In the meantime, Denir will be powerful enough to provide your friend with all of the powers he has become accustomed to.
Oh, good.
Not much more.
We rely on that heavily.
So I've seen. There is another who we've not seen for some time, who seems to have some sort of a vested interest in this. Though, as far as I know, his shrines are few and far between, and definitely not on the radar of one as powerful as Shar.
No Banyan, right? No.
Yes? No? Maybe? I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Who am I to interrupt a god, really? I mean...
He wishes to remain anonymous for the moment, but he has been watching the five of you closely, and he will do what he can to provide you all with any additional strength that he may. For now, you must find your friend, the five of you together. Faith though I have in you, will still only barely be enough to stop Shar, and should she wrest control of the Shadowfell from the Raven Queen, she will gain much power to move on the other planes. Find your friend. Travel to the Fortress of Solitude. Which might also be the Fortress of Shadows. Yep, that's what I meant. Stop, Shar.
Do I have anything on me? Do I have all my stuff?
Yeah, everything's with you guys.
Take out my little booklet, my inkwell. Start writing it down. Fortress of Shadows. Yeah.
We'll say Tassel has remained unconscious through all of this. It's good to see you, Nas. And before you can respond, the little girl disappears. The bubble of time that has stopped around Kale's word of recall unfreezes, and the four of you find yourselves in the Temple of Denir in Neverwinter. And that's where we're going to stop for this week.
Oh, but do we have to?
Hey, thanks everybody for checking out this week's very exciting episode of the Half-Right Heroes here on Crituitous RP, and my penultimate session with this lovely, fantastic, wonderful bunch of humans. We will see you all next week, same time, same place, to see what the crew is able to do, whether they can find Wampum, whether they can make it to the Shadowfell and the Fortress in time, whether they can, in fact, stop Shar, and what the poor, lovely, I have full confidence in you, DM, who's taking over for me, is going to have to deal with once I'm off doing my musical. Bye! But not yet. We've got one more week with these folks, so come check us out next week. Same time, same place, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, here on Crituitous RP. Let's go around and do outros. Let us know who you are, who you played, where we can find you on social media if you care to let us know that, and a particularly enjoyable moment from tonight's game. We are going to start with Carl.
Hi, I'm Carl. I play Lafcadio Whitehorn. I also play Pelea de Winter, the Shadowkai elf, on Tuesday nights on this very channel. I play with Casey. So check us out Tuesday night if you're in the neighborhood, whatever. This combat, which lasted the length of the session, Lafcadio was frozen, paralyzed, put asleep, had 0 spell slots, 1 hit point for a large amount of the time.
Way to tank!
Yeah, no shit.
But it was still super exciting and thrilling combat that I took very little part in. But I was just totally engaged because everyone is so entertaining and Eugenio is a wonderful storyteller. So that's what I was particularly enjoying today.
Thanks. You all make combat interesting, which is good because we did a lot of it today. Let's hop over to Vinny.
I'm Vinny. I played Kale. For whatever that's worth.
It's worth quite a bit. Those healing spells were quite.
Yeah, that helps. I exist on social media somewhere. Yeah, good luck finding me, chumps. I think my favorite part was every time that Narrowvein poked his head through the wrong window, and also Wampum didn't die. I liked all those. Every time there was a roll where those things either did or did not happen.
Good. Yes, absolutely. Speaking of Wampum, John.
Hey, everybody, I'm John. I'm playing Wampum Thunderbelly. My favorite part, Jazzy, was the whole damn night.
Ah,
I enjoyed every second of every second.
good. I love it. I'm so glad. This was a fun one, and I'll do it, but I don't like killing characters. And also, we haven't yet talked about the fact that, that 11 percentile roll is what saved 4 of your lives.
Oh, for real?
Oh, yeah.
I actually saved somebody with my low rolls?
Oh, yeah. I don't mind, pulling back the curtain a little bit. Each of you, based on, my understanding of each of your connections with your various gods and what has happened to them over the last couple of months, each of you had a different sort of threshold that you needed to hit. And fortunately for you, Casey, Timora has so far been largely unaffected by what Shar's been doing. And obviously your connection to her is strong.
Well, she's very benevolent.
So, yes, well, there's that.
Yeah.
So it was sort of like a divine intervention roll, same sort of mechanic. The lower you rolled, the better chance you had. But yeah, it could have been a couple of different folks that pulled you out of that situation, but it ended up being Timora because of that 11. So I feel like I should mention that. So Casey, tell us about you.
I'm Casey. Casey H on social media. That's AECH, and that's Casey with the CASEY, not the KASEY or the KACIE, which is perfectly cool. By the way, that's an appropriate name, the way to spell Casey. I've been your Hobgoblin Azamar champion of Timora and Paleo Plains Heckler Big Fire Chicken Chiwed by the Storm, Nos the boss of Neverwinter. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think I got a lot of favorites here. That was an amazing session. Holy shit! I did want to, however, highlight the chat. If y'all were blessed to witness what was going on there, I've got the chat donating all the potions.
Oh, that
which
was
I
also
really-
very helpful. Thank you, y'all.
I really sincerely believe that kept us from vamping away and that kept the game epic.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for that. I was walking into this dreading vamping away. I was like, oh, that's gonna be so unentertaining, and this is gonna be such a stupid episode. But y'all kept us there, and y'all kept the rock on.
Mm-hmm.
So this goes out to you. This whole entire session is dedicated to you. Then there was the Judy with the give him the old Oxford when referencing the Oxford comma.
God, that was amazing.
Yes, right. And then again, Judy with the and then the Dallahan shows up trying to insert her character into our show because she was so bad. Shattering that fourth wall. In my head, Dallahan showed up, and she's with us just now. She's hanging out in the back of Timora's room in spirit. And then I've also got Susie, the incredible celebration when Wampum crushed the crystal. That was very validating. Thank you for the, oh my god, yes! And then again, Susie, just now, I legit ate 2 bags of popcorn.
I did love that. I saw that too.
and that's,
Oh, popcorn.
yeah. So I felt like all those things are worth mentioning in case you weren't able to keep up with the chat.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. I missed a few of them, but I did catch the popcorn. I love it. And I, once again, am Eugenio, also known as your friendly neighborhood Dungeon Master DM Jazzy Hands. You can follow me on Twitter at DM Jazzy Hands. I am rapidly running towards the end of my streaming summer. Actually, next week's, my last session with you guys is going to be also my last stream of the season before I go into rehearsal for this production of In the Heights that I'm working on. So you can catch me tomorrow. We're running our finale for the Brenton Files on the Greyhawk channel at 3 p.m., moving it a little later to accommodate some players so we can have them there. Tomorrow night, I will be playing in a game of Ravnica, a game set in Ravnica on the Variant Roles channel. My podcast, The Last Refuge, we've been going for 2 years strong. We're on a little hiatus right now. We will be back with our first episode of Season 5 on Wednesday, August 21st. That will be a good starting place for those of you who don't want to binge your way through 104 episodes of the first 4 seasons. We're going to do our best to make it a good inroad for new listeners. I keep saying that so that I'm held accountable to actually make that happen. So I keep saying it in public. Great. What else? Follow the show, my podcast at DND Last Refuge on Twitter as well, so that you can get all the announcements when we start releasing episodes again. I think that is it for now. You're all marvelous. You players, you folks who are watching in the chat, thank you all. I am so excited to wrap up this time next week and see what happens. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We will see you next week. Happy gaming, y'all.
Thanks, everybody. Love y'all.
Good night, everyone.